Hey, Baby Bloom, let me answer some of your questions here real fast. So, in regards to what FPS does it run at for image recognition, we set the tracking to only use every other frame. The video feed on most mobile cameras is 30 frames a second anyway. Rendering still happens every frame. Typically 60 FPS, except under heavy load. If under heavy load, the tracking will also scale down proportionally instead of remaining at 30 FPS to keep it stable for the user. We didn't really build this for developers. I've done that for a decade, and I've done millions in sales of doing projects and stuff like that, and it just kept on. Our goal is hitting the 80% people, like teachers, students, people that may not necessarily need to use code. The next era of desktop publishing or reality publishing, if you will, in a code-free environment. And we've done all the things that make it sense to help the user understand. Image recognition out the gate has been one of the historically harder things for people to grasp with an instruction set. Most people, do you want to pollute an entire print with instructions on how to do it? That's, over time we've learned how to distill it down. In this case, you ask about how to track. I'm going to skip a question. What is load time like? Let me just go to this. Let me go to the studio. Sorry, I'm rambling here. So here's a scenario with a bunch of buttons, a video in the background. Again, this is just running in the browser, studio.worldcast.io. And so what you see is what you get environment. This is a Sketchfab model. This is some 3D text I created with our 3D text widget. And I think we have a frame here with green screen video. So we got two videos. Two 3D models, 3D text that we created in the module and pulled in the Sketchfab model, as well as three PNGs that you can touch and have go to. You can tell them to spin, animate, fade in, as well as go to links. And down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we have a data metric. So 3G, 4G, LTE, 5G, and Wi-Fi to actually show you what the anticipated data load is being served to the device. Because we do compression and decimation on our end, even more so than what some of the other softwares out there do. We're partners with IBM. We built a very complex and robust platform. That's why we don't give you the ability to host your own, because we've done all the code for you, and we guarantee there's always going to be uptime and encryption and safety, like for model. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I ramble sometimes. I get excited about what we've done in the back end. We've done it so that it's going to work in a lot of ways for users. It's all about, we've made it as easy to use for creation, for creators, by having these metrics. This is only 5.6 megabytes, this whole entire scene, okay? And it lets users know, like we've had people bring models in that are 100 megabytes, and the entire scene ended up being only 7 megabytes between server to the end client, okay? We've done all the work for you, all the heavy lifting. We will not put our proprietary code on any other server. That's just not going to happen ever. But we will be opening this up down the road to be able to inject your own code on top of this. It was more important for us to get it out where the regular people could design without any code first and foremost. There's lots of other code heavy systems out there, but a big market has been lost, not be able to make their own. So let's answer some of the other questions. We can go into a deeper dive on that if you want to ask more questions. And I just thought the video was the best way to do this today, okay? So let's go to the portal. So if the user opens up the portal, let's do this here. I'm just getting it set up full screen here. There we go. So if you go to portal.worldcast.io, what happens is you can just, if there's a QR code, you can scan the QR code and have it go to it, or you could use your native QR code to open it up, or you could just use the image recognition itself. We support 4.2 billion images per database. So if I just come over on top of the image, it will find it fast. And you were asking about the tracking, the angle of tracking. So this would be, I'm just gonna go down here and almost, you can go almost flush with the print until, like, here I'm hitting the edge of my table. Oh, I lost it now because my finger went in the road. But if you want to, you can get some really angled tracking, okay? And then it starts losing it. This is a pretty glossy print as well. That's getting a lot of glare from the different lights and stuff, but it is really robust in that regard to come off. The amount of image it requires, I can go off to about maybe a third of it before it will start. Actually, it's doing really well there before it goes off, okay? And when it goes off, it will also let the user know with call to action what to go on. This is the same screen that they would get if they scanned a QR code. It was all about making it easy for the end user to be able to open up the scene and understand what to do immediately, okay? So that was the idea behind that. Also, you can also make it so if they share it using the share button, going to any social platform that you may use to go to your friends, you can also share the experience without the need for a print. So you can design like a 3D-esque element. And when we incorporate SLAM into this, when we have full WebXR access on iOS and Android, we'll make it so you can incorporate SLAM, just like our Showcast one, that will just use a null surface and be able to put that experience on without the print as well, okay? Make sure there's not another question I'm missing on that. So editing the app, the web app, the web AR component, there is no app. It's the web app. As soon as you open the camera after that, as soon as they open up the portal and go allow, I mean, we can't bypass the allow message. Obviously, it's cookie enabled, so it won't come up once you've done it for one session. It's like that until you either clear your cache or we do a substantial update, right? So you don't have to keep on going allow each time. And then you have the option. The reason we've done it on our portal, again, we don't get put in anybody else's because we have a custom portal that has a really robust back end with running geocast and printcast. So you can either scan the image or open up or explore the world around you. Now, you can also access that component. Actually, just show the tracking here. The tracking is actually really robust in our system, except for a really glossy object sometimes. You can see the gloss on there. Let me just get away from the lights. So it does a really great job for the majority of printed surfaces, except when if you get sheen like that, the pose estimations are going to get a little wonky. So but it's still, I think it's pretty good for the most part. I mean, we own the tech. We're not leveraging anybody else's. It's ours. And that's an example. Other than the green screen video on this one, that's an example. If we get rid of the green screen video, that's a premium feature. The rest of it, the video, the 3 buttons, the Sketchfab, and the 3D text, you can do that. That's all for free. That's no code. You can do that. The only limit is 1,000 views a month on the free version. So you can create that for free. I hope that helps answer your questions somewhat. We're really not for developers at this point in time. I love answering the dev questions, don't get me wrong, but we really want to fill the need for a market in that regard, okay? Thanks for watching. Listen to my rambling. Ask any question, and I'll get back to you, anybody on here, okay? Thanks so much.